If you're brand new in real estate, you've probably already Googled how to get clients fast or the best way to grow as a new agent. I know that panic. The bills don't stop and you needed deals like yesterday, which is why in this video I'm breaking down what these top agents wish they knew in their first year so you don't waste time, money, energy, or become one of the 87% that drop out of the business within the first 5 years. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. And if this is something you are struggling with and you want my direct help and support for free, go in the description below and book a call with me and let's take your business to the next level. So the first step that you end up wanting to do, even before you get licensed, start building your digital foundation. Get everything in place, ready to go with your Facebook, your Instagram. That's pretty much the main ones that most people end up utilizing as far as, you know, the socials that are going to do something. There are people that use other platforms, TikTok, things of that sort, LinkedIn, whatever you're on. Kind of get it ready, gear it up. Before you get licensed, start posting that you're going through the classes and you're getting licensed. Start doing some research on, you know, things to post, what to post. You can find all this stuff. A quick Google search, ChatGPT, you know, whatever. There's so much that you could be doing. But the easiest thing is simply putting a post out there and just saying, you know, I'm super excited about taking classes to become a realtor. Done. Easy as that. It's not rocket science, but you want to start building that mindset with your followers, your family, your friends. That's going to be your core group in the beginning that you want to build off of and try to find business from with referrals or potentially even one of them that are looking to purchase a house. Because when you get into it, leads just don't come to you. That is not going to happen. You need to create them somehow, some way. You may be at a brokerage that will end up paying for, you know, Zillow leads or Realtor.com leads and dishing them out to you. That typically comes at a cost, but it does start to establish your business. Not all brokerages do that. Not all teams do that. Everything varies. But your sphere of influence, family, friends, followers on your social, that's going to be your core group. So you got to build that foundation. You got to get things ready. If you already are at the brokerage that you're going to, be sure to switch that. Have that in your bio to where it's showing that you are a realtor, what brokerage you're at, your contact information. Make sure people have easy access to that stuff. And then for your profile pictures, you want to keep it, you know, somewhat professional. For the most part, it doesn't have to be a professional headshot, but you want to have something of your branding for what, you know, you are trying to build, which includes, you know, your branding colors. And then you want to keep the picture consistent on everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, everything that you are on as far as social media goes, that picture should be identical. Even in your emails, that stuff should be identical of what you have going on. But building that foundation with your digital footprint, basically, you're starting to, you know, put your brand out there. You're starting to get people to recognize on a daily basis that you are in real estate. And you just got to keep in mind, though, that the social media stuff, it's not going to bring you leads anytime soon. On average, it takes 12 months before you start developing leads off of social media. And that's posting consistently, posting the right stuff, and having like all your ducks in a row, basically. But it's not just going to create a lead right out of the gate. That is not going to happen. Now, the next thing you want to end up looking at is once you do have a brokerage set, get a Google business profile set up, ready to go. And it's super simple. It's not difficult. But once you start getting reviews as you close on clients, you get to 5 reviews. That's all it takes, just 5. And Google then starts pushing your business page more and more. The more reviews you get, the more activity that's on there, the more Google is going to push it. And it's the biggest search engine. So if somebody's searching for a realtor in your hometown, you want to be top of mind. You want Google to recommend you. So you got to have that in place. Now, as far as like a Facebook business page goes and, Instagram business, yes, you want to have a Facebook business page. No, you don't want to focus on posting a bunch of stuff to it. It does not make any sense to have separate pages for business and personal. It's too much because you want people to know, like, and trust you. And you may ask yourself, why do they need to know those things? That's how they're going to do business with you. If they have all three of those in place, they will do business with you. If one of those are missing, they're not going to do business with you. So they got to know, like, and trust you. And that's why you want people to see the personal side of you, the hobbies that you like. That's all stuff that you got to put out there. Facebook business page is strictly for running Facebook ads. That is it. Nothing else. As far as Instagram goes, have it set up as a business page because it can link to your Facebook business when you run ads, but just keep it your personal one. And like with the handle, I put Realtor in mine on Instagram, but on Facebook, I'm simply just Anthony Esposito. That is it. But I have like my bio, everything just screams essentially that I am a Realtor. But that's the quick, foundation building of what you need to get ready to go. So then you could start building your branding, which in turn builds your business. And now that you have the social media stuff set up and, optimized, everybody knows you're an agent. You got to focus on the CRM that you're going to get. Most brokerages, they will offer you a CRM of something, whether it's KV Core, Follow Up Boss, Lofty. There's so many of them out there. There's not one that is like the absolute best to have compared to anything else. The best CRM is the CRM that you use. Plain and simple. They are all very overwhelming. It's a lot. So when you do set it up, get your whole sphere in there, your family, your friends, all your contacts that you have, put it in your CRM because that is your lifeline. That's your database. And then go through and just maybe for like 30 minutes, an hour, every single day. Don't overwhelm yourself, but learn it. Learn how things are going, what you can do, what you can't do. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the drip campaigns that they have set up, which you will see those once you get involved with the CRM, to me, there's only one CRM out there that's worth having the drip campaigns because it was set up by an actual person, not like AI stuff. It all sounds automated. It's all trash, in my honest opinion. The drip campaigns that come with something like, KV Core, Lofty, whatever, it just sounds robotic, and I've tried them personally, and they have not done any good for me whatsoever. The majority of people, if they do respond, it's typically with stop, and then they unsubscribe from the emails that are getting sent through for the drip campaign. So don't even bother wasting your time on those. Shut those things off. What I do is I just send, using my CRM, I just send a weekly email, and that is it. That's essentially my drip campaign. It's worked for a lot of other top agents. So why, reinvent the wheel when it's already done? But it is a monster. So set time aside and just kind of take your time, take it easy. You're not going to learn it overnight. You're not going to have it fully prepared in a day. It's going to take quite some time, which that does lead me into the next thing is time management. Have a calendar set up to the T. This is a business. I wish I would have known to have everything written down in my calendar, no matter what it is. Like my calendar now today, it even has a lunch break on it, just so I can follow step by step exactly of what I am doing on a daily basis. And I try my best to get it done the night before. It doesn't always happen when I'm going through and figuring out what I'm doing the next day. But before I start my work day, I know exactly what I am doing for that day every single time. If not, you're going to get scatterbrained. You're going to be completely lost. telling you, you got to have that calendar in place, which is part of your systems of having that in place. Because if you really want to grow a business and scale, like some of these top agents are doing, you got to have those in place. If not, you're just going to be chasing the next deal the rest of your career. So get those calendars in place. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. There's Trello if you want to use that. There's, Google. I use Google Calendar. That's it. And then I simply just tell my phone what I need at what time for reminders, tasks, any type of events I have going on. It's super simple, super easy, but write everything down. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. Now, one of the biggest things that you need to learn, and learn quick, because it will get you business now, essentially. And by now, I mean everything you do today will show up 3 months down the road. And again, you're not just going to have leads just, flocking to you. You're not going to have family members that are just going to come out and say, oh yeah, I need to buy a house. Family members are one of the last ones that end up purchasing a house with you. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. It's one of those things where, they don't want to mess up a relationship, or they know you're fresh in the business and they may not just trust you. It's nothing to, get mad about. It's just the way it is. But you want to get used to talking with people, having conversations, building relationships, building your confidence, because you got to go after the lowest hanging fruit. The lowest hanging fruit that you are going to get business from is going to be stuff like expireds, FSBOs, divorces, probate type things. But when you're just starting out, like fresh, brand new, I would advise going after expireds and FSBOs. FSBOs tend to take a little bit longer, but those are people that literally have already said, I am in the market to sell my house. So they're already looking to sell real estate. That's why it's the lowest hanging fruit that you can go after. And you can look up scripts. There's tons of scripts out there. I've used people like Ricky Carruth, my coach Joshua Smith. I've taken, people's like different scripts that they may use in my group. You got to make it your own, because you got to make it authentic. You don't want to read it word for word. You want to learn from scripts and make it into your own, because scripts are great, but they're horrible to read from, because when you do it, you're going to sound like a machine and it's going to be horrible. But you got to get all that stuff ready to go. You got to study what you are looking to accomplish. And the easiest way to get expireds and FSBOs, if your brokerage doesn't give them to you, is you can go through and you can purchase stuff. Sometimes Title will let you buy information through them. Quite honestly, the best method that I found is going through a platform called RedX. It's very easy, very simple to use. You pay an annual fee and you can get everything that they offer. Stuff from geo leads, which that's just their farming system. You just pick a neighborhood, a house, you could randomly start calling them. They'll give you expireds, they'll give you the FSBOs. They got all that stuff. It comes with name, phone number, email. They're not always correct by any means, but they are one of the more accurate ones that I find. Plus, they give you a dialer you can fire through. You're going to suck in the beginning, just like anything else. You're not going to be good. Repetition is key. And if you don't have somebody at the brokerage that you're with, or, if you joined, someone that at a brokerage, if they're not there to help you with like role playing or anything, little side note, ChatGPT can role play with you. You can talk to it. It will talk back. It will give you objections. It will teach you, as long as you ask it to and prompt it right, it will teach you exactly how to have a conversation with somebody, how to handle the objections, how to build your confidence. It'll do everything for you. But that's going to be the quickest way to start getting leads, but you gotta hammer it out. And you're going to hear like 2 or 3 hours of cold calling every single day to prospects. Start out maybe a half an hour, 60 minutes. because it does take energy. It's a lot. You got to build everything up. It's like, you can't just go run a marathon. You got to practice first before you can end up doing that. But I promise you, you will get business as long as you start reaching out to the lowest hanging fruit. It's going to come and you will end up getting better. It'll show up and you will thrive and build a business quite quickly as long as you put in the work. Now, I've mentioned ChatGPT a few times, and this is where you want to get AI into your business. AI is not going to replace agents, but if you don't get on the trend of using AI and learning how to use AI properly, you're going to get left behind, because it is making our business that more efficient, that more accurate, and it's just amazing what it could end up doing. Like I said, you could go on ChatGPT and role play with it. You can have it develop your content calendar, which is going to be exactly what to post on what days. You can upload your analytics, because you got to look into that type of stuff with your social media, so then it can tell you the exact times to post things, the topics to cover. It'll do everything. It'll write listing descriptions for you. It will cover anything and everything. And it doesn't end just at ChatGPT, but that is by far the top one that all of us agents should be using. I would hope that they're using it in their business. And start out, the free version is fine. You don't got to pay for the upgraded version in the beginning if you can't afford it, but it's $20 a month. It's not that expensive. And when you can afford the extra $20 a month, do so, because you can do that much more with it. And again, it'll tell you what to say if somebody gives you an objection. It'll help you build your business. It'll help you figure out your branding. All you got to do is prompt it the proper way. And if you're serious about growing faster with support systems, mentorship that most brokerages don't provide or don't have access to, I've partnered with EXP and the Wolfpack, and that means you get full access to all the systems that I have in place through Mike Sherrard and Joshua Smith. And this ranges from weekly mastermind calls to Social Agent Academy to AI Agent Accelerator to the proper coaching that you need. Every little detail that you need to grow a business is given to us. It's copy, paste. You just got to put in the work. It's very simple. If that is something that you are interested in, there is no obligation, no hassle, no sales pitch. Just book a call with me and see how you could take your business to that next level and grow it as fast as possible.